Chapter 264, Transforming into Asura. As time passed, Li Ba began to feel uneasy. Their consumption was not equal. The blood-robed old ghost was alone, but it was forcing all of them to attack. After a long time, the former still looked full of nomological power, and they were constantly depleting their energy. In the end, they were the first to collapse. Damn it, it's the first time I've spent so much power killing one person. Li Ba cursed. The more he attacked, the more he realized that something was wrong. His expression was uneasy. Stop first, don't be in a hurry to attack him. The arrows disappeared, and the battlefield quickly quieted down. Outside the tower formed by shields, Sanchi found it strange. You're not shooting anymore. Li Ba suddenly looked to the other side, and took out his bow. Swoosh! An arrow flew out and exploded several miles away. A group of people was forced out. Jin Wuji, I knew you would come back. Li Ba looked fierce on the outside but was cowardly on the inside. At this moment, he was also afraid that Jin Wuji would attack them and give the blood-robed old ghost a chance to finish him. After being discovered, Jin Wuji's expression was unhappy. He simply stood up and said openly, if you, Li Ba, can launch a sneak attack, can't I also give someone a taste of their own medicine? With a wave of his hand, everyone quickly formed. An incomplete heavenly constellation earthly demon ray aimed it at Li Ba and the others. Good lord, they're wasting time. Xuan Buzheng couldn't help but laugh. You hit me, then I hit you. When will the cycles of vengeance end? Your talk is cheap. If I was in the same situation, I won't be willing to be at a disadvantage either. Lu Youayu snorted coldly. Li country's royal family has to pay the price for getting involved. Now that the three parties are fighting with each other, I wonder if anyone else wants to benefit from it. Luo Kai looked around. Many cultivators were indeed a little restless. I'm not interested anyway. I just want to be in the top 10. Xuan Buzheng shook his head. Look, more people died today than in the past month. Whoever gets involved will just be unlucky. He glanced at He Changqing. Do you want to join the fight? When they fight again, their strength will be inferior to ours. It's a good time to attack. He Changqing glanced at Sanchi. He did not want to be entangled with this guy anymore. Boom! With a loud bang, the power released by the heavenly constellation ray collided with the shield tower, opening the second round of the competition between the royal families of the two countries. Those who were watching the show waited for Sanchi's reaction. This person would determine the direction of the battle. Blood-robed old ghost, they are your enemies. Aren't you going to take revenge now? Li Ba specially emphasized that he really did not want to be entangled with this old ghost at this time. Otherwise, it was very likely that he end up similar to Jin Wuji's side back then. I've said it before. To ensure fairness, I have to kill 20 to 30 of you first. Sanchi crossed his arms. Also, you are my enemy too. Prepare to die. As soon as he finished speaking, Sanchi shot out with a bang and attacked the shield tower. This time, he held the spear with both hands and poured all his nomological power into the spear. With a dragon's roar, the spear shone brightly. Golden flames spread like a tide and transformed into a 100-meter-long golden fire dragon. The claws and teeth of the fire dragon were sharp and were all condensed from sword chi. With terrifying explosive power and destructive power, they collided fiercely with the shield tower. The shield tower formed by dozens of shield soldiers trembled violently. As it was still being attacked by Jin Wuji and the others, it was not strong enough to defend against Sanchi's attack. The energy barrier on the surface distorted continuously and a hole was actually torn open. Li Ba's eyelids twitched. Where did this guy get such terrifying explosive power? Just now, he thought that he had encountered an attack from a nascent soul cultivator. Seeing that Sanchi had successfully entered and approached the shield tower, he panicked a little. Stop him. The others were all guarding against Jin Wuji's heavenly constellation ray and could not free out their hands in time. Li Ba had no choice but to attack again. Tiss off. Dazzling Zibur radiance was released from between the shields and collided with the golden dragon spear. His body trembled violently and paused for a moment before retreating frantically. Puff! Li Ba spat out a mouthful of blood and his face turned pale at a speed visible to the naked eye. Fortunately, a portion of the archers freed up their strength and immediately shot out sharp arrows. Ding! 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 The first few arrows seemed to have hit his Dharma treasures and quickly shattered. The subsequent arrows continued to attack one point and finally broke through the defense and pierced through San Shi's body. San Shi looked inside the shield tower and grinned. The killing has begun. He was sent flying by the arrow. Before he died, he put away all his Dharma treasures. Before his body even landed on the ground, it turned into light and dissipated. San Shi's playful smile echoed in Liba's eyes, and he felt uneasy. Be careful. This old ghost won't stop now anymore. Just as he was guarding against the outside, a figure appeared inside the shield tower. It was San Shi. He could decide on the location of the resurrection point at any time. Wherever his thoughts went, the resurrection point would be there. The reason why he had used his full strength to break through the nomological power barrier just now was to set up the resurrection point inside. This stunned the nearest shield soldiers and archers. They were all facing outside with their butts facing San Shi. When they turned their heads with difficulty, San Shi had already grabbed the neck of an archer and easily killed him with a loud crack. Hes Komingen. The shield soldiers shouted in fear and almost threw away their shields to escape. Swoosh, a sharp saber beam descended, and Liba was forced to collide with San Shi again. He continued to vomit blood. His pupils constricted in disbelief. How did you get in? You're in it completely isolated from the outside world. Why can't I come in? San Shi smirked. Hand over the points and I can kill fewer of your men. Swoosh, San Shi's figure blurred as the massacre officially began. Crack, someone's neck was broken. Puchi, some heads were separated from their bodies. San Shi realized that these archers were too easy to kill. Even if they were at the Golden Core realm, they would not waste too much of his time. For a moment, he killed the Li Nation cultivators even faster than he killed the Jin Nation cultivators. Li Ba could only be powerless to deal with it because no matter how he tried to block San Shi, he would end up vomiting blood and San Shi would not be affected. The most important thing was that Jin Wuji was leading people to attack outside. If they split too much strength to deal with San Shi, it would cause the entire shield tower to collapse. Blood-robed old ghost, stop. It's our fault this time. I don't want your points anymore. Okay? Li Ba could only give in first and ask this person to return it double in the future. You're a strange person. You're allowed to kill me, but I'm not allowed to kill you. San Shi did not stop at all. Let me kill 20 of your men first. He specifically chose archers because only archers had killed him before. As the archer died, the shield tower's counterattack ability weakened. Sooner or later, it would become a target to be beaten up. Li Ba, weren't you very proud when you ambushed us previously? How are Yuno? Wenqi and Wuji saw that there was a problem with Li Ba and the others. His mood improved a lot. I won't give you a chance. Li Ba waved his hand. Stop him and retreat immediately. Crack, crack, the shield tower was dismantled, and shields descended from the sky, trapping San Shi like a cage. At the same time, the others moved in panic, preparing to escape this pervert. San Shi struck out with his palm. With a clang, cracks appeared on the shield before it shattered with a crack. Die. Had transformed into an Asura and killed with incomparable proficiency. His efficiency became higher and higher, and he unknowingly became a veteran assassin.